debuting the Joey Bosa jersey today. Kind of anointed myself in the bolt up kingdom yesterday, selling out, buying an NFL jersey. We'll be getting into that later, but what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today it is episode number 39.
Yes.
And today, packed schedule, NFL preseason overview. Week 1 wrapped up. I went to my first Bolt game in SoFi Stadium yesterday. Everett watched a Minnesota preseason game earlier today. Neither of us went to plan, but it's the preseason, so who cares? I was just enjoying my time taking in. SoFi Stadium review is about to happen, but we got a lot to talk about today. Fernando Tatis, my goodness. And we got a lot of NFL news, of course. Today's going to be a little NFL themed episode. Shout out Joey Bosa, got his jersey. I was like phenomenal seats. And I was like, I don't know, 40, 50 feet away from Joey Bosa at multiple points yesterday. And
well, like where were you in the stadium?
Behind, like literally the first section behind the Chargers bench on like the 40-yard line.
So that's pretty live.
Very live.
That's pretty live.
Like very, very live, to the point where I was like, could have made eye contact with Bosa, but he never looked back.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
I was screaming his name and stuff, but like,
did you have the whole sign that says "I love Joey" too?
No, didn't bring any signs. I wasn't that.
You left those at home.
Annoying.
You left that.
It was a preseason game.
Yeah.
And I would also just never bring a sign to anything unless it was like a WWE event, which I've never gone to. I definitely need to go.
It seemed like
that's something I need to go to.
Yeah. So you know what? We'll just start with the NFL today. We'll just start with the NFL.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna start off with my SoFi Stadium review because it's gonna be short. So SoFi Stadium review. First things first, we got to start off with the parking. A goddamn mess. All right. What a disaster. The people working in the SoFi parking lot. So we were like parking like this thing called like the green section zone. Like that's where like my friends and I were parking. So green section zone. We turn into this area. We show the worker we show him like, oh, are we going the right way? I shit you not. That worker does not even make eye contact with the phone or looks at us and just goes, yeah, go right. And we're just like, all right, shit. Okay. He did not. We could have not even shown him a phone. We could have not shown him anything. He would have just said, go right, no matter what. So we go right. Then we see the next group of like parking people or whatever, people leading the parking traffic. And then we're telling them like, oh, are we going the right way? And they're just like, yeah, keep going right. They did not check it at all. So we just take another right. And like eventually found the parking after like 15 minutes. Like, goddamn. But like finally got in the stadium, boom, sat down, and got there just in time for there were some touchdowns pretty quick in the game, but got there just in time, and I'm just taking in the stadium, looking at it. Holy shit. Like, I gotta know, like, is this what LA taxpayer money is going to?
Yeah, no, I mean it's a pretty beautiful stadium.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I was looking around, it was magical. Almost as magical as your door just mysteriously opening. Maybe you live with a ghost. But at that game,
I mean, dude, I live
for a second. I was just staring at the stadium, just like, where the hell am I? What is this place? This magic bill. It was like Disneyland of stadiums.
Yeah, I do also live in New Orleans, so I mean, my house is probably haunted. So I mean, consolation.
Yeah, you got some like voodoo magic going on over there. I don't really know, but just
sitting
there taking in SoFi, it was just like,
so
Jesus.
How does because they have the ring up there, right? Like the Jumbotrons.
Yeah, that ring is like actually in like 16K. Unreal.
Really? It's like
Like
like the
so
4K the
so
4K
unbelievably
cameras that they
4K.
have. The 4K cameras they have like on the NFL sidelines, they zoom in on the players. Is it kind of like that? Like that's what that looks like?
Not well. I feel well. I'm not sure. No,
No.
no.
Okay, so you cap.
Well, I would say no, just because there aren't that cool camera angles. But like quality wise, yes.
Okay, I got
You
you.
can see.
Okay.
But okay. Let me get to my next part of the review. The process of getting to actually that's a first world problem complaint. I'm not going to complain. Okay, let's just talk about the seats.
Okay. All
At
right.
least the section where I was sitting in, very good ass comfortability,
Comfortable seats. Very comfortable
comfortable
seats.
seats, quality leather. You know, my ass was enjoying that, and good seats, good leg room. Got cup holders were intact, but I'm not gonna lie, looked a little flimsy.
Okay.
Might need to re-upgrade the cup holders in
C
like
plus,
2 to 3
C+ on
years
the cup
because
holders.
I can
Plus on
definitely
the
see
cup
those
holders.
things getting busted. Just
One
absolutely
one
trashed.
one beer goes the wrong way, and that's GG's.
Yeah, I would also just say last thing, just a lack of good fandom just made the stadium not
Yeah.
as
So
fun.
I was gonna ask
Uh,
this question because
so
this
yeah, let's talk about the
this is
fan ratio breakdown
the
of who was
question
there.
that everybody wants to know the answer to. How many fans actually showed up in that stadium? Was it just the four of you? Were there cardboard cutouts in the bleachers? Like,
So there were holy shit. There were a lot of just like random empty seats that you would just see just like in general everywhere. I would say mostly filled. I was kind of surprised, but I don't know what the stadium capacity is.
it's
I like
large. Large.
like I don't know, but I'd say it's probably like 70,000, 80,000.
Between, yeah, I'd probably say between 60 and 80, somewhere
I
around.
think I heard something like I think I heard it's 70. I would have said it was like
That makes sense.
50. I'd
That
say it
makes
was
sense.
50.
Yeah.
I'd say it was around 50 or so. Uh but in terms of the ratio of fan breakdown at the stadium, so going into it, I thought it would be like a 50% Rams fan, 20% Chargers, 30% miscellaneous LA people who are just going to the
They
game.
just kind of show up. They
Yeah.
don't know what's going on. They just
Oh, yeah. So, okay. Going into it, I thought it'd be like a 50-20-30 split of 50 Rams, 20 Chargers, 30 miscellaneous. I would say it was like 70 to 80 Rams. Okay. I'd say 70 Rams, 20 Chargers, 10 miscellaneous. Now, a lot of those miscellaneous fans could have just been wearing Rams stuff, and I'm going to count that for a lot of it because there were a lot of just very unenthusiastic Rams fans, even though the Rams were like having just like crazy ridiculous plays and no one like the reaction it was pretty loud, but
do they
nothing
so here's
nothing that I've
the
heard
question.
before wasn't that
Here's the
crazy.
second question. Was it loud because it was loud, or was it loud because they pumped
They
fan
could have pumped. They
fan
could have pumped.
noises?
No, the 100% now I think about it. So one thing I just want to say, place I was sitting at, there were a couple of Rams fans sitting right in front of me.
Okay. All right.
They showed up halfway through the first quarter, so a little late. They got up and left halfway into the second quarter. And I thought they were going to come back. Nope. Did not come back. They watched maybe 45 minutes of football, if
Well,
even.
keep
I'm not
keep
even
in
sure if it
mind
was that long.
the amount of time that they have the commercial timeouts, they have timeouts, they have
When
injury
you're actually in a
timeouts.
stadium, you don't even, those commercials fly by. You
Yeah.
literally don't even realize. Like, that's the one thing you appreciate about being at the stadium. You don't even realize.
Yeah. Well, also, if you've never really been to a actual football game in person, because there's a decent amount of people who haven't and don't realize this until they go. There's commercial timeouts, and like those actually like the players aren't playing during the commercial, like it's an actual timeout.
You are correct about
Yeah.
that one. When there are timeouts, Everett, the players are not playing. In fact, when the timeout is going on,
Well,
you
like
are
during the
correct.
commercial breaks, like it's not like they keep playing; it's delayed. Like some people like think that.
No, yeah, I was kind of surprised. So on the jumbo big
Yeah,
circular
there's
screen
the
thing,
ring.
the ring screen at SoFi, they were I think they were playing just the TV footage tape on screen,
Yeah.
and it was actually like only a half second delayed, maybe 1 second delayed from real time. I was very impressed. If that's what it, because I think that's just the live TV broadcast. So if that's actually real, I'm impressed.
I think that sounds like it's probably right. Like I know a lot of stadiums do that.
I mean, yeah, it would make sense, but yeah, that's my SoFi Stadium review. Bolt up. We took an L, but I'm no betting man, but the over hit easy.
We're bouncing back next week. Bouncing back next week. Yeah, I was gonna call my segment on the Vikings Skull School, but you know what? I realized that sounds pretty stupid.
Soul
Um,
school.
Skull School. So I'm just gonna break it down. No name because yeah, I'm just not creative like that. So first and foremost, I don't know if you've heard of the legend of Sean Mannion, but think of the like least enjoyable quarterback to watch play football. Like all the aspects of like your least favorite quarterback, throw them together, and you've got Sean Mannion. He's like a poor man's Chase Daniels, except Chase Daniels can throw the ball. Sean Mannion can't. Um, Safe to say he better not be on the team come next week when they make cuts. Um, so there's that. Kellen Mond, not great, not terrible. So he'll still be there. The big
Yeah,
thing,
just a Vikings quarterback.
yeah, he's just there. Just there. Kirk Cousins got COVID too, by the way. So uh, we'll see how that
Probably wasn't going to
works out.
play much in that game, but
No,
keep in mind Kirk Cousins was the guy who strongly said, "If I get it, or like
no, he
if
said
I die,
if
let
I
me
die, I
die."
die. If I die,
Yeah.
I die. Yeah.
So
Hopefully he
yeah,
doesn't die. But the other thing that I kind of realized after watching it, like there's some players on there that are buried on the depth chart that are going to do very well. Brian Asamoah, who's from Oklahoma, um, rookie this year, he's going to do very well. Andrew Booth Jr. is the second coming of Trey Waynes, for better or worse. He had multiple pass interference and flag calls on him today, so hopefully he can fix that because I'd rather not see a second Trey Waynes.
yeah. Hopefully you could clean that
Um,
up.
Lewis Seam was looking pretty good today. But the big thing that I realized is the Vikings should trade Alexander Madison. And I say that because obviously he's a great like handcuff running back for Dalvin Cook, but Kene Nwangwu is arguably a more
Who?
explosive Kene Nwangwu, Iowa State running back.
I hope you pronounce that right.
I do too. Rookie last year, he had 2 touchdowns on kickoff returns last year, but he's just really explosive. Watching him play this year, like he's
Yeah,
so
just a
much better.
shifty, explosive, dynamic back.
And we have Ty Chandler from UNC this year too. We just drafted him, so I just don't think it's necessary to keep Madison when his contract's expiring.
Thunder and lightning in Minnesota.
And you can get very good players for him or draft picks for him. So Vikings need a center, possibly a backup running back. Trading Madison allows you to get that capital and offload his contract, his futures, and build the team out of players that you don't necessarily know if you're going to keep anyway, and fix the cap structure. So little Vikings breakdown for the day. Not much. It's the preseason week 1. Um, but yeah, we also took an L, and I don't know if we'll be bouncing back next week, but we'll see.
So something I heard that kind of you know caught my eye, twinkled my fairy. I heard something saying that last year Kevin O'Connell, I think got that right.
Yep.
Ramso coordinator coming over to the Vikings. Cooper Kupp last year, he really flourished as a slot receiver in that role. And Justin Jefferson, I'm pretty sure, came out and said, like, I see why Coop was open all the time after a couple of weeks working with Kevin O'Connell. So
Yep.
Everett, You think Justin Jefferson's gonna go for 3,000 yards next season or what?
Not 3,000 yards, 4,000 yards. No, I mean
literally put up Madden numbers.
like you know what? When you get like John Ross or Tyreek Hill in your Madden league, and you just burn people every game for like 300 yards a game.
It's gonna be Jameson Williams now. Keep in mind.
Yeah, he has to go against Jair Alexander, though. I'm not going to talk about the Vikings corners, but he does have to go against Jair Alexander, so I don't know about that one. But the one thing that I will say is Justin Jefferson, I expect him to drop in the high 1,000 yards. So anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 yards. That's my expectation for this year. 2,000 yards, obviously, like that's putting up close to record numbers. I don't know what the exact record. I think it's Calvin Johnson's record. Or does maybe Cooper Kupp holds it now? I don't know. But
not sure to be on. Wait. For
receiving yards in a season.
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know. It's above 2,000. But like I personally I think that at least in fantasy, like he should be the first receiver off the board. That's my opinion, and I'm biased, but
so I'm actually gonna strongly agree with that. I think first things first, no one repeats back-to-back years as like the top running back or wide receiver, but like it's obviously still safe to take Kupp. Like I'm not saying that's
unless he like tears his ACL again this year, but
no, yeah, but like Jesus, why do you have to say that? Like
it's literally every year, man.
You got
last year.
Bad juju.
No, but
well, last year, Everett, you famously said.
Yeah, I had some injury concerns for Cooper Kupp last year.
Yeah. I mean,
did not work out in my
favor. A lot of people had Robert Woods over Kupp, but you know what I said, Everett? Give me Kupp. And
yeah, you did, and I ate my words. So
was saying that, and wide receiver one.
Yeah.
Like literally, I could have never seen that coming. I still didn't win my fantasy league getting him in the fourth round. But
like we said,
whatever.
We are prophets. We are prophets on this show.
I do think though Justin Jefferson like has like
he is set up.
He might actually average like 20 something points a game.
He is set up to do very well. The other thing, Adam Thielen has always been a very good red zone threat. So obviously touchdowns for him, but I do think that KJ Osborne is going to cut into that a little bit more this year. So Adam Thielen is not necessarily as much of a surefire like lockdown, like he's going to get points because he's getting touchdowns. I think that's going to end up splitting with KJ Osborne this year, because I think if they run Justin Jefferson out of the slot,
KJ Osborne on this pod.
If they run Justin Jefferson out of the slot,
love KJ Osborne.
KJ Osborne
picked up on that recently.
Yeah, no,
I'll keep that in mind. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, I think if Justin Jefferson's running out of the slot, KJ Osborne's gonna be on the outside now with Adam Thielen, and obviously if he's staying as the third receiver, they'll keep him in packages. Like today, they ran literally a Pete Carroll on the 1 yard line. They ran five receivers out, no tailback, and threw the ball off the 1 yard line. So I'm expecting a lot more passing touchdowns this year.
No, yeah, I mean, I could definitely see an avenue where that happens for the Vikings. But you got any other Vikings topics you want to cover for your skull session?
My skull session? That's a better thing than skull school. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Skull session's pretty good. We'll keep that one. But I don't really think so. I think the big thing is seeing how the rookies play out. I just think trading Alexander Mattison might be one of the smartest moves that the Vikings can make this offseason, or not offseason, but at the start of the season. I think getting capital early for teams that are running back needy and have players the Vikings could need.
Yeah, I mean, like when you boot up your Vikings Madden,
I'll be shipping off.
It's about to come out in a couple of days,
yeah.
By the way. When you boot that up, first thing you doing, shipping Madison off to Cleveland.
No, Garrett Bradbury will be going to Cleveland, our current center, because the Cleveland Browns center tore his ACL, I think, to start off the season, and they need a center.
That's a bummer. That's a bummer.
Yeah. Prayers up. I think his name's Nick something. I don't know, but
shame. Yeah. But okay, yeah. Is that gonna do it?
That's it for the skull session.
That's gonna do it for the inaugural skull
session.
Skull session.
All
right. Okay. I got something I saw in the NFL kind of interested me, kind of funny. So Antonio Brown, he posted a very interesting quote tweet on Twitter, where he pretty much said, "My biggest regret in my career is that I didn't get to watch myself play." And then he compared himself to the Beatles and Jesus. So, I mean, pretty good comparisons if you're Antonio Brown. And at first, I I initially was like, this got to be from like Ball Sack Sport. This got to be a sack post or something. And then I see it's from AB's actual post, and I'm looking at this graphic. I'm like, this format and font on this graphic looks way too familiar. There's no way that like AB's like social media team, or does he have I guess he has a social media team, but whoever made that graphic, there's just no way that was like from AB's like people. Uh and that was correct apparently. Allegedly, capital J journalism, allegedly that AB troll post, like it was a troll post. AB saw it, thought it was funny,
And
just
reposted
took
it.
it, reposted it, and just like owned up
I'm
to it.
not
But
gonna
it's
lie though, like that perfectly encapsulates AB as a.
no, it
I
actually
fully
like
thought that was AB.
because it was a little out
Technically
there,
is.
but
Technically is
it's
AB.
AB, so like he could say some shit like that. Like that's not that crazy.
Also, like the fact that nobody was like flipping over him saying that, like nobody, it was just like everybody accepted that. I mean, AB totally like I wouldn't be surprised if AB privately said that to people. Like just
No, yeah, I mean, he literally said, "My biggest regret is that I'll never get to see me, Antonio Brown, play a game live."
yeah.
That's his biggest regret
I
in his
mean,
career.
low key though, AB in his prime, not being able to see it live, like
That is a damn shame.
that's a pretty big
That is a
win.
damn shame. Like that sucks. Yeah, I personally am one of those people who didn't get to see Antonio Brown play live
Yeah,
in
I'm not gonna
person.
say I wasn't paying much attention to AB.
But that's all right. Another thing I saw, Tony Jefferson II, safety for
Okay.
the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
He tweeted out a very interesting thing. This is what he said. "I can't even lie. I stopped wearing my glasses years ago, and that might have been the dumbest thing I've done. I can see so much clearer and further with my glasses. It's wild." Then someone responded to him, "What do you do during games?" "I've just been going out there regular, SMH. Just got my contacts too." So
Wait.
first things first. Okay, there's a lot to dissect out of this. Okay, Tony Jefferson II. Uh, so I looked it up. He's a 30-year-old man. So
Yeah.
let's just start off with that. So I don't know how long his eyesight's been bad, but he just now decided to start wearing his glasses again. So let's say that I don't know how long that period
Dude, he
is.
could have repped the
I'm
50
assuming
goggles.
that's like over a year. If he says again, like I'm assuming
Oh,
that's
dude, it's
alluding to
more
he
than a
has not
year.
been wearing
Yeah,
it for a while.
several years.
So, okay, first things first, the football aspects of this. There's a clip of Tony Jefferson. People are like, please find moments of Tony Jefferson where it's just clear you just cannot see. So there's one clip of Tony Jefferson bombing down the sideline. Um, it's like a stretch run play. He's coming down the field and he just sprints full speed, like 8 yards to the left of the running back, not even close to him.
So
Just
here's my
sprints
question.
by him, misses him, and it's just like, holy shit! Like if this guy could see, maybe his career would have gone completely differently.
Did any of his coaches know that he's just blind?
Did anyone notice or call him? Like
Like, how is he in
how
practice?
was he able to navigate through his life without
Well,
wearing
so here,
glasses? So
did none of his coaches realize when they're doing like scouting or they're in like the defensive back room, they're like, hey Tony, can you can you read this? He's just like the Jimmy Butler, like me, he's showing like this.
okay. I'm about to one up you with the reading plays. How has this man driven a car for the past couple of years? Please tell me. Please tell me if there are pictures of Tony Jefferson driving a car that he's wearing glasses. Please tell me, because holy shit, there might be a bigger case on our hands here. Because
Yeah, and
I got bad eyes, and I personally don't feel comfortable driving. Like, if I did not have glasses or contacts in, I would not drive because I literally could not see shit. So I need to know if Tony Jefferson has just really been saying fuck it and just going out there.
Did he not think to like check his
Oh my
eyesight
God.
when Jameis Winston came out? He was like, yeah, I've just been blind as shit for the last 4 years.
The same thing goes with Jameis. Like, how has he been driving cars? Like, what the hell? Like, that's something we got to look into.
Like, if you're an NFL player, did it never come to mind that you might want to get like the most important thing, like one of the most important things for your job, like checked out?
Like, I'll be honest.
Wait. Hold on. When you're doing the physical to get like on the team, like the medical physical,
yeah, they gotta check your eyes, right?
Like, do they like
it could have degraded over time? No, even when you sign with the
but even with Jameis, like Jameis can't see, like couldn't see when he signed with the Saints.
Or maybe he just faked that whole eye surgery thing just as like a ruse.
Still can't.
Like, oh, I'm more disciplined now.
God.
Who knows? But yeah, that's what I had on Tony Jefferson. I saw that and I was just like, that's just something to point out.
I got a couple more things for the NFL.
All right.
So first things first, I don't know if this is a ball sack post or not. So take this all with a grain of salt. There was a post today for NFL, or not today, but NFL role models for the 2022-2023 season. Top 14 NFL players that fans look up to in the NFL.
Okay.
Number one.
How is this determined?
No idea. That's why I said ball sack. It could be a ball sack. All right. Number one is Tom Brady. Two is Jefferson's. Oh, Jesus Christ. Two is Justin Jefferson. Three, Cooper Kupp.
So that's why we're talking about this.
So 1, 2, 3, you know, that makes sense, right? Tom Brady, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp.
Surprised why Joey Bosa is in that.
All right. Number 8,
I'll be
Zach
honest,
Wilson.
I had a hunt for this Joey Bosa jersey yesterday. It was not easy to find. I was like, what the there's more Khalil Max and Bosa's. I'm like, dude, this is the baby boy.
Okay.
Baby boy.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, Brady, Jefferson, Kupp. That all adds up, right? That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
We'll skip a few. Number 8, Zach Wilson, and this is where things start to get a little confusing. Yeah. You know, 8, Zach Wilson. Skip a few, couple more. This is where things go off the rails.
Okay, you've said that 4 times now, and I'm really expecting off the rails.
Number 12 on this list is Deshaun Watson. So
okay, that'd be hilarious if my next jersey purchase is a Deshaun Watson. I'm gonna go on an AliExpress.
No, this is who fans.
I gotta buy a USA jersey.
This is who fans look up to. Like this is.
Gotta get my Pulisic.
You want to?
Sorry.
Instead of
I just really got excited about jerseys.
Good for you. No, this is like who kids look up to. Like that's what this scale is.
I did not really.
The top 14 players that children look up to in the NFL. 1, 2, 3, Brady, Jefferson, Kupp. Number 8 is Zach Wilson. And 12 is Justin Jefferson
too.
I don't know, but Zach Wilson is 8 and Deshaun Watson is 12.
Now Cooper Kupp, I get, like that's just inspiring, but
so we got some aspiring role models here in the NFL.
Okay, Deshaun Watson 12. That's fucking amazing. That's got to be a troll.
I don't know, but I've seen it a
Ben
couple
Roethlisberger
times.
on there too.
Huh?
To throw Big Ben on there.
Big Ben is not on there. Najee Harris is, Chase, Renfro, Wilson, the other Wilson, Saquon. Like it literally is all like a normal list.
Did you say Hunter Renfro?
Hunter Renfro's on there, yeah. It's all like a normal.
Julian Edelman there too. Wes Welker.
No.
Danny Amendola. No.
The only other white receiver on this
Cole
list.
Beasley not on there?
No, he's probably 15.
How about Danny Woodhead?
Dude, that's the GOAT. Don't slander the GOAT.
Rex Burkhead?
That's the
I'm
other
just
GOAT.
listing white guys now. But okay. All right.
Don't forget Toby Gerhart.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
Yeah. I'm disappointed because you ruined my bit, but you know what? It's okay. Just talking about jerseys in the middle of me trying to explain a remarkable, astonishing, graphic that came out this week.
I mean, I got carried away. But all right, okay. Hit us with your other NFL topic.
My next thing. Just the general mark, Matt Ariza, why nobody wanted to draft him. And I mean, it's great for the Bills, but dude punted an 82-yard bomber on the first preseason game. So
a little punt update over here.
Yeah, a little punt update. Also, shout out to Ryan Wright, Tulane guy on the Vikings. Pretty good job today. The only other thing that I really have on the NFL, and I think that this is gold. I don't know if you saw the first episode of Hard Knocks last week.
I did indeed.
At the very end, they teased who the in-season Hard Knocks was going to be. The in-season Hard Knocks this year is the Arizona Cardinals. So we will get to see the inside.
We will
break down
Kingsbury. The week-to-week. Okay, I just now remembered something about the Arizona Cardinals. Now you got me on the subject. So apparently, earlier this week, Cliff Kingsbury, to teach a lesson to Kyler Murray, had Kyler call the plays for the fourth quarter of the Cardinals' preseason game. And when asked why he did that, he was saying, I need to tell Kyler that this shit ain't easy. Kind of alluding that Kyler, I'm assuming, is not respecting him, thinking it's not that hard calling plays, that Kyler, his job is way harder than Cliff's. So as a way to humble Kyler, he had Kyler call the plays for the fourth quarter of the Cardinals game. Do you want to know how those drives went for the Cardinals in the fourth quarter?
Punt, fumble, punt, interception, punt, fumble.
So there were only 3 drives. 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out.
Yeah.
So
it adds up.
Maybe Kyler learned a little lesson, and I know people have been floating around does this guy not watch tape? Is he sitting here playing Call of Duty all the time? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, yeah, probably. If they had to put that in a contract and even got to that scene and scale in the first place, he probably isn't watching as much film as Arizona thinks is necessary for him to succeed. Like I'm just gonna based off that Cliff reaction too. Like, I mean, this shit ain't easy. You go call the plays.
I'm just going to say we're going to get to watch the downfall of the Arizona Cardinals when Kyler Murray gets to play against all the Christmas.
No, I'm very excited. And we're actually going to be following that very closely.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that down in my calendar.
No, mark it down. Reminder comes up in mid-November. Yeah, no, but when Kyler Murray,
I did not watch the in-season Colts Hard Knocks last.
I didn't either, to be honest, but I will watch this year.
But I'm going to watch.
This year. But, when the Thanksgiving noobs and the Christmas noobs come out in Call of Duty this year, and Kyler Murray, we start to see that dip, we'll be able to see it live, and we'll be able to see Cliff Kingsbury live reaction, maybe get some insight onto why, he's just 0-7, 1-7, 2-8.
Yeah. Like, it'll be amazing getting that deep dive into why Cliff Kingsbury sucks nuts in the second half of every football season that he's pretty much ever been a part of. So I'm very excited about that. We are going to be following that very closely. Very closely at the Waterboy podcast. And you got me pumped for that. But
Waterboy,
you know what?
I got one
little Hard Knocks.
You got Hard Knocks.
I got a little Hard Knocks thing that you just had me thinking of. I really liked the episode. I thought it was good. I expected Aiden Hutchinson to get a lot of screen time, and he did. And god damn it, he was kind of likable when he sang. I think it was Billie Jean. Right? He was like, it made him a little likable, and that kind of pissed me off. But
honestly, not bad. Not bad.
I mean, he screwed up the first at the beginning, which they did not include on the clip online, which pissed me off because when I was watching it the first time, I was like, wait a second, that's not the clip. Like I'd seen the
Yeah.
clip like twice already before I watched episode, but regardless, my complaint is where the hell is Jameson Williams? I mean, Goff has
Here's
been
my
on Hard Knocks
question.
already. I
Do
don't give
you
a shit. We've
do you
seen enough of
think
Goff. He's boring as hell,
well
whatever. But
one
Jameson Williams, where the hell was JMO?
I know
Like he's injured right now. If anything, he should be getting the most
yo,
screen
here's
time.
my question. Here's my question. So Jameson Williams is injured, right? Obviously, he can be doing rehab and stuff, but you would still expect him to be with the team there. So my question is, knowing that they're on camera, knowing that they're on Hard Knocks, and it comes out during this part of the season, do you think that they're not including Jameson Williams in that many part of the clips? Because if he is injured worse than people thought, they don't want to give other teams the advantage of knowing where he is in this rehab.
I don't know, maybe, but he was like sitting in all the rooms and everything there, and
Oh, I
like
didn't
he
see him.
wasn't wearing and like I remember two moments where they got JMO on film, and it was when Dan Campbell was giving a speech where he sounded like eerily similar to Dutch from Red Dead Redemption, if you ever
Yeah,
played that.
yeah.
Like very similar to Dutch. Like if you close your eyes and just picture Dutch from Red Dead,
Same dude.
it's the same exact guy. But yeah, there's a quick moment of JMO like while Dan
Well,
Campbell was giving.
they do like to do it episode by episode. So this
No, I know.
game
That's what I'm saying. Maybe episode 2 is the Jameson Williams
we'll also
episode.
get the preseason game in the next one, I think.
No, yeah, I think now it's all like recaps of the preseason games, like, and
Yeah.
they have preseason tape and stuff. But yeah, that'll be fun. But that's what I had on Hard Knocks. So.
Last little thing I've got another NFC North breakdown. Obviously, we all know that I love to talk to Packers on this show, specifically one man, that man being Aaron Rodgers and his delusional tendencies in just the NFL. So this week, Aaron Rodgers was asked about Jordan Love. Obviously, Jordan Love started the game this past week. I don't know who they played, but Aaron Rodgers stated, quote, "The tracks are looking more similar by the day. Him being in his third year and me waiting behind Brett for 3 years." So the way that that sounds is not, you can't read too much into it because I mean it's Aaron Rodgers and he's a bit, I mean he's a
I
wacky,
think at this
he's a
point he's
wacky guy.
just trolling. I think he is just trolling the media.
But the way
at
that
this
it
point.
sounds, the way that it
And
sounds,
he wants people to be like, oh, is
they
Aaron
want people to, I
Rodgers-
mean,
Aaron
he
on
likes
his way
attention.
out.
They want
Yeah.
people to talk about him. But
Aaron Rodgers is a selfish asshole. He wants all the attention in the world.
But could Aaron Rodgers be on his way out? Packer fans, is Aaron Rodgers on his way out? Does that make you nervous? Does it make you scared? Does it make
Definitely a little nerve.
Well, I feel like if Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback, whenever it's not in season, you're always a little nervous. You know what he's getting up to.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's all I got. Besides, the Vikings having a higher franchise win percentage than the Packers. That's it.
Okay. I got honestly nothing on college. Screw it. Little college football.
I've got one college football thing.
Okay. I'm not gonna do any college football. I have a little high school football thing though. That's kind of interesting.
Okay. Let me get mine out the way.
But I'll let you get yours off.
Yeah. So this week I met Coach O. Little story time. Met Coach O. Not really a long story time. Not that big. But I'm just at practice, at Tulane's practice, minding my own business, doing my job, as a water boy does. And
making that Powerade,
making the Powerade, taking
secret mixtures,
taping up some wrists, you know how it goes. And I was talking to one of my colleagues, apparently Anthony Mackie, Captain America was at one of the bars here, so he was talking about that. And I look over his shoulder, and it's just Ed Orgeron's just standing there. I'm like, what the fuck? So
I was expecting to be like, I was standing there and I heard a voice.
Oh no, I did hear a voice.
And I thought,
no,
it
can't be.
And it is.
Literally, I glanced over my shoulder, and then I wasn't paying attention, and I heard him start talking, and it's just this thick Cajun accent.
You knew right away.
And I'm like, there's only one man that this could be. And it was Coach O just standing there.
Yeah, I can't do the voice.
Got a nice little fist bump in. Yeah, unfortunately, did not get to recruit him for the podcast. That one was sadly a failure. So
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity.
that was a
We call
misfire.
in this industry.
Yeah, that was a misfire.
But okay. Yeah, Coach O. Uh, Now when you met him, how long did you get to like speak to him, or did you just make eye contact with the beast?
It was an eye contact, a little nod, and a fist bump. That's all I really got because he was just
That's
kind of
all
standing
right
there.
though. You touched Coach O, or more so, Coach O touched you.
I don't know which way sounds better. They both sound like
Coach
very
O
poorly.
touched you. Coach
Okay.
O touched
All
you. That's
right.
better for headlines. That's better. Way better for clickbait. Coach O touches Waterboy podcast host. Let's just get that everywhere. But okay, my little high school football fact of the day. Before we get into my high school football fact of the day, though, we're gonna have to take a quick break.
Yes, his bladder's exploding again. Once an episode. Once an episode, I swear. I swear. All right.
Sorry for the interruption. We
COVID
are
ruined
back.
Grant's
We are back from
COVID ruined Grant's bladder.
another interruption on the pod. But okay,
That's
what I want to
it.
bring up, no college football talk from me today, really, but we got some high school football talk. Uh, I feel like I see these numbers like every other year, or like twice a year, happens all the time, but it's finally circling the internet again, and it's Derrick Henry's high school stats when he played high school football. So uh Derrick Henry in high school ran for 12,212 yards, 153 touchdowns. And he was 2 for 8 passing, 2 touchdowns. So,
That's
gadget guy
one
back.
way. That's one way to dominate a high school.
Average 8.8 yards per carry during his time, and averaged 249 yards a game. And so this is one thing that I really had to look into. So I looked at these numbers. I was like, okay, I need to see, was he playing against cupcakes? Like, how good was his team? I was gonna research all other schools and shit, but I didn't really know how to keep up with that, so I didn't
We
look
got
into
time for
like how
that.
good the competition was. But I looked at his team record, and his team went 33-16 with Derrick Henry on the team. And I was
You
I
how
was
you
like,
lose in
I'm
16
like, how
games
you lose?
there?
Yeah, how you lose in 16 games? So I took a little deep dive into the breakdown between the passing and rushing games of Derrick Henry's high school offense, and boy, did I see some interesting numbers. So we're about to dive into
Henry's high
year
school.
by year Derrick Henry, his stats, the passing stats, what was going on. So first things first, Derrick Henry's freshman year, they went 7-4. Derrick Henry ran for had 313 rushing attempts, ran for 2,465 yards, had
God.
26 touchdowns, no catches as a freshman. An interesting thing when I was trying to research stats, I'm like 99.9% sure this is incorrect, but according to the website I saw, his high school team when he was a freshman did not attempt to pass that whole year.
I was gonna ask, you wouldn't at least pass it like a screen pass to Derrick Henry. Like that kind of makes sense.
I looked at the numbers, and
I'll give them a
apparently
pass on
they
losing
did
four
not pass
games.
the ball one time
I'll give
his
them a
entire
I'll
freshman
give them
year.
a pass on losing 4 games just because it's Derrick Henry's freshman year. Like you don't know what kind of monster you've got. Yeah, well, you kind of do, but not fully.
No,
For
yeah, the beast has not fully been unleashed yet, but I saw that and I was like, there's
there's
no
no
way.
way.
There's no way, right? I
You
think
think
that was a
that
mistake.
that might be like the easiest head coaching job like that guy has ever had. Whoever was the head coach that year for that high school is just like, all right,
Just
send
run.
him out.
No, yeah, average a lot of yards per carry that year. Like technically, he would have gotten a first down within 3 downs every time, literally in
Yeah,
2 downs
literally.
every time, based on those numbers. But okay, moving on to sophomore year. This year, instead of 7-4, they improved that on that record by 1 win. They go 8-4. Derrick Henry's sophomore year.
8-3. They got an extra game.
Yeah, they just played next game. Maybe they made the playoffs that year and
Okay,
lost
that might
first
be
round
it.
or something. I don't know. But next year, Derrick Henry Same amount of rushing attempts, 313, 2,788 yards, 38 touchdowns. This time, the team passed the ball. And by passing the ball, it only gained them one extra win, but 955 team passing yards that sophomore season compared to Derrick Henry's 2,800 rushing
That's like
yards. So
that's less than
a 75 to 25 ratio run to pass. But yeah, the starter on the team threw for 898 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 6 picks.
Do you think? I literally think they might have recruited like a sixth grader for that quarterback position because like you're just like, you know what? Let's just get. It doesn't matter who it is.
Well, that year they had a junior at quarterback when Derrick Henry was a sophomore. And you would think having a senior quarterback would help out, maybe add some difference for that senior season. You would be incorrect if you thought that. They still go 8-4 Derrick Henry's junior year. And this year, Derrick Henry, 309 attempts, 2,698 yards, 34 touchdowns. Okay, real quick, I didn't quite react to this as much. 26 touchdowns Derrick Henry's freshman year, 38 his sophomore. What the hell? Holy shit, Derrick Henry. 38 touchdowns, 313 attempts. He averaged a touchdown. Like it took him like 9, average a touchdown every 9 to 10 carries.
He got his growth spurt, and when I say growth spurt, that means he went from like 180 pounds to 280 pounds and went up.
No, yeah, but that was the jump. But yeah, junior year, the team, despite going from his junior to senior year, Derrick Henry's high school quarterback threw for less yards, 10 touchdowns, 9 picks, 736 yards his senior year.
You just go.
So Derrick Henry, whoever the hell that guy is, Jesus, man, like I swear I might have been able to throw over what, 736 yards, 12 games. That's like 60, 70, 50, 60, 70 yards a game. Like, Jesus. That's nothing. Okay.
All you gotta do is screen pass it to Derrick Henry. Like, I don't care.
Finally, let's get to senior year. Senior season for Derrick Henry. They do lose their senior quarterback, though. They got a quarterback controversy, quarterback battle going into Derrick Henry's senior year, where they had 2 junior quarterbacks on the roster that year. That year, Derrick Henry ran for 4,261 yards.
What? It's abuse.
And he had 55 touchdowns his senior year. 462 carries. He carried the ball 462 times, and he played 14 games. If you want to know what that record is, you guess what the record was in those 14 games. You tell me, what do you think?
What it really was?
Well, actually, let me tell you the team's passing numbers first, and then you could guess the record.
All right.
So as a team, 791 passing yards as a team. The starter threw for 656 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, 9 picks. Now, what do you think? Now, keep in mind, still 4,261 Derrick Henry yards and 55 touchdowns. What do you think the record was after playing 14 games? 2 more than the previous season.
14 games. 10-4.
Yep, they went 10-4. 10-4 Derrick Henry's senior year, where he literally was the offense. 4,261 yards. He ran for 327 yards a game, averaging 9.2 yards per carry. If you're averaging 9.2 yards per carry, a good amount of those runs were like 30-yard gains. Like
the poor child that has to go up against him during drills and that like in practice.
No, yeah. So I just want to say one of the most dominant performances ever. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say the people around Derrick Henry weren't that great. Clearly, the passing game wasn't there. I'm going to assume Derrick Henry was playing both waves, but I don't think anyone else on the defense was playing well. So, yeah, I can see why there could be some struggles in that team, but essentially Derrick Henry carried his team to a 33-16 record while he was playing
if
for
you don't manage to
the Yulee Hornets.
If you don't manage to make it to the championship with Derrick Henry on your team, I would say that's a pretty big failure.
Yeah. a bit of a failure, but Derrick Henry, yeah, those were his high school stats. That's what I had on high school football. I think show's been running a little long. We're gonna wrap up in a bit. I think we should wrap up with none other than
the MLB.
Some of the best news or funniest news I've heard in a while. So
Let's save that for the very last thing because I've got some couple other Padres things first.
Okay, if you got a couple other things, you can get into that real quick.
All right. So on the show, we're Dodgers fans here. So go blue. Padres,
No,
fuck you.
don't say go blue ever again.
No. But yeah, so first things first, apparently there's such thing as the Dairy Queen curse this year. I don't know if you've heard of the Dairy Queen curse, but this year, Dairy Queen, DQ, selected 4 players to market their ice cream and everything else they sell. Those 4 players, Bryce Harper broke his thumb. He's been out since June 26th. Tim Anderson broke his
All right,
finger.
quick thing. When you said Dairy Queen, when they sell their ice cream and everything else, I have a question. Have you ever eaten food from Dairy Queen? Because there's not Dairy Queens in LA, but the few times I've gone to Dairy Queen with you, it's only for ice cream.
They have the small one that we go to doesn't really sell like big food items, but like they normally have like chicken tenders and burgers and stuff at other places.
Okay, just wanted to get that out.
Yeah,
go on.
But anyways, 4 players they selected. Bryce Harper broke his thumb. He's been out since June. Tim Anderson broke his finger. He's out for 6 weeks. Cody Bellinger, not hurt, but just sucks. And Fernando Tatis,
Fernando.
Don't really need to say much about Fernando. So, yeah, just thought that was a little interesting bit right
So
there.
are we about to dive into Fernando Tatis right now, or do you have one?
I got one,
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so I think it was, last week, you were talking about how the Padres are closer to the last place in their division in the NL West than first. Yeah, so the Yankees have a 16.5 game lead over the last place team in their division, which is the Red Sox. The Guardians have an 18 game lead over last place Detroit in the AL Central. The Cardinals have a 17.5 game lead over Cincinnati in the last place of whatever that division is. The Dodgers have a 17 game lead over the Padres, who are in second place of the NL West. So just thought that was a little interesting bit. But yeah, that's all I got for just nice dump on the Padres. Now you can get into Tatis.
Okay, Fernando Tatis. Fernando Tatis was suspended 80 games for PED use, and you know what? I don't really care so much about getting into technicals of what steroids he used or anything. I just one quick comment just on steroid punishments in general in the MLB. I think it's kind of funny that there's just a flat 80 game fee. That's the flat fee for first time offenders. The most recent steroid punishment I could think of is Laureano with the A's for the start of this year. But I think it's like first time offenders, flat 80.
Like that's the rule.
I think that's the rule if it's still just an 80. But I just think that's kind of interesting. Just fun little reaction to that. But let's get into Fernando Tatis. My God damn it, is it not amazing to watch this happen? So my favorite thing to come out of this was some other Padre players, their reactions. And I'll be honest, I only saw Mike Clevenger's reaction. But Mike Clevenger's reaction to this, I am not going to lie, considering how shitbag and dirtbag of an organization and fandom that surrounds the San Diego Padres, I would have expected them to support Fernando Tatis and be like, oh, it's fine. Who cares? Slam Diego. Like, I still want them, expect them to just be annoying little shits about it. But they weren't. And they were actually like kind of going back on Fernando. So Clevenger was saying, like, yeah, Fernando's pretty much being selfish. This is now the second time he's
rely on him.
Costed this team. And if that has fractioned some relationships when Fernando Tatis comes back in May next season, if that Just think about that. Like, goddamn, that is hilarious to think about, but that might fracture some relationships. But you know what? After that, if I'm Fernando Tatis, I would probably just, go out, blow off some steam, relax, and probably
Go
no
on an
better way to do
ATV,
that than
man.
go dirt biking or going on an
Go
ATV.
on
There's
an
probably
ATV.
no better way to blow off
Well,
some steam right now
well,
than
I
going.
mean, you do have until next May. You can break your wrist again if you so choose.
Yeah, actually, just go dirt biking in like April next year. Just
Works
go
out.
dirt biking right before. Treat April like your
Well,
summer.
you could
Uh,
you could go dirt
well, I
biking,
guess you have a
or
summer back. Well, I mean, summer's over, but
you
I mean, hey, Tati's got more time off
you
now,
could
brother.
you could go dirt biking, or you can one up it and go biking with Chris Sale. Whatever.
Yeah, even better. But I mean, God, this Tatis news, it beautiful, just
Glorious.
beautiful to listen. And I, yeah, Padres fans, talk about the pendulum swing of
180.
emotions in the past 2 weeks, week or so. Like, oh my God.
You get Soto, you get blown out by the Dodgers, and then Tatis claims he has ringworm and tests positive for a steroid.
No, yeah, everyone who was responding, like in that Dodger TikTok we made, just like, wait till we get Tatis back. Yeah, I will wait for May next season when he is back. I'll wait.
Yeah, when Soto's contract's up, by the way, after that. So
No, it is not. When
it's in a year and a half, so it'd be up after next season.
No, Soto is there for 3 more playoff pushes.
I thought it was a year and a half. Okay, well.
No, that's Hater is
Oh,
this
that's
year and
Hader.
then
That's
one
what it was,
more.
Hader. Which, by the way, in his first appearance with the Padres, blew a 3-run lead and the save. So
Yeah, not the greatest showing out of Hater. Yeah, I was looking back. The guy they traded, Rogers, he was also doing really bad. They tried to fix their closer issues, and I guess they didn't solve it. I guess there is no shutdown closer except for Trumpet Man himself, Edwin Diaz, this year. I guess that's the only reliable one this year,
you're telling me
which
Craig
makes the Mets just
isn't
a little bit
reliable?
more scary. Now that I think about it, they have the only shutdown closer that's actually shut down in the game. But I mean, obviously that's rare to have, but I feel like there's usually like Kenleys and stuff. There's guys who are just
Trying to
stupid.
get through. Yeah, you're telling me Craig isn't the one?
No, he's not. No, he is not the one. Definitely not. But yeah, yeah. I mean, Padres fans. I mean, come on. Like,
I would say I feel for them, but I don't.
no. Well, God, no. But I mean, like, there's levels to this shit.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, there's levels. There's just levels, and they're not on the Dodgers level yet.
Oh, you meant literal levels, like in the league. I thought you just meant to the situation.
Oh no. I mean, maybe no.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're recording this, we'll say late at night. I'm deliriously tired, and I don't know what's up with Grant. Grant's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it has been a long day. I had to
Get those spreadsheets done.
yeah, been a long day, but the Water Boys get it done. But you got anything else on Tatis that came to your mind? Any quick reactions to that?
Other than when I saw that, immediately glorious reactions. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, hilarious! It was
I
just
thought
like,
it. You were driving home when the news broke, and I tried calling you, but I texted you because I didn't think that you had seen it yet. And I don't know if I was the first person who told you or not, but I just remember walking into my housemate's room and I'm like, yeah, for Tatis has been suspended for 80 games for steroid use, and he was like, what the fuck?
it's just like, God, I just it just be really funny if the Padres just Soto just demands a trade, demands out.
Gone.
He's like, I'm not dealing with this shit show.
Yeah, the only thing that I will say sucks for Tatis, like I thought Tatis at he's kind of got like a swagger to him. Like I'll say like he's like a cool player. Like
If he didn't play for the Padres, I would definitely be a big fan of him.
Yeah, exactly. everybody's been talking about how his legacy is now kind of ruined, and like his Hall of Fame bid, like his bid to be like the face of the MLB is kind of shot. I don't necessarily know about how all that plays out, but I mean, I'm sure
I
taking
don't think anyone will care.
no. Well, they did for Barry Bonds, but that's a different story because Barry Bonds has actually done something in his career. But
Well, it's just different nowadays. But yeah,
yeah,
that's kind of what we got on Tatis.
yeah. Well, that's kind of what we got for the episode, actually. Unless Grant, you want to go through your spreadsheets, your Excel spreadsheets.
No, I don't think anyone wants to listen to that. I don't want
No.
to even think about that right now. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap us up.
All right. Okay.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Rate us 5 stars. Download the podcast.
Tweet
Drop a
us the podcast.
follow on the podcast platform. Subscribe again. Make another YouTube account and subscribe. Do everything.
Get your mom, your dad, your dog's account because I know you have one.
Yeah, you
Subscribe with
weird
that.
ass people who make dog accounts. Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
some weird people.
have them like our shit.
There are people that like make like baby Instagram accounts when they're like not born yet.
And how would you know about this?
Some dude on The Bachelor a couple of years ago did. My mom was talking about it. Yeah, you know how The Bachelor works.
Yeah, I know how moms are in
I know
in
you
The
applied for The
Bachelor.
Bachelor that one time too. That was a long week.
Yeah, I haven't watched since back in season 4 when Aaron Rodgers' estranged brother was the. I don't know what's if it was season 4. Damn, I just had a great guess. But when Aaron Rodgers' brother was on, Jordan.
Yeah, we'll have to fact check that. All right, okay. Before we get
yeah,
into
we're definitely ending
before we get into Grant's Bachelor fandom, because I know he's going to go off about that, we'll end the episode. So, just like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, listen on all platforms, follow our TikTok at Waterboy Pods, and we will see you all next episode. Waterboys out.